Yeah, we call this an oil, but you go to like Charlotte's Web, and that's an oil too. So ours isn't really an oil, it's a nanoemulsification of oil. So we have in those, remember, those lipid nanoparticles. It's a little oil droplet surrounded by phospholipids. Those little droplets are dispersed into this matrix of water, glycerin, and ethanol. And it's those little packages that are going to diffuse through the mucous membranes and find the capillaries that are right under the surface of your skin in your mouth, and find the capillaries that are in your stomach, and eventually the last bits going into the GI tract. So if we compare this to another product, remember, look on top. Now I drew these little CBD molecules into the particles. So there's the oil particle hosting the CBD molecules. And those are dispersed in that water, glycerin, ethanol matrix. If you look at a product like Charlotte's Web, which is a very solid product, that is a totally different approach. And they don't have these unique aspects of absorption that are happening with the nanoemulsification process. So there on the right, you see just the CBDs dispersed in, instead of water, they're dispersed in MCT oil, a carrier oil. So when you swallow those into your GI tract, you have to emulsify that oil with bile and then absorb that. Now, absorption for CBD in this kind of a format, in a carrier oil or in a capsule, is only 6 to 10%. But when you make those special little vehicles, those lipid nanoparticles, now we're getting 5 to 6-fold increase in bioavailability. So if you take the same milligram amount, you're going to get 5 to 6-fold more in your blood. That's a big, big deal. A lot of the ways that people like to use CBD for managing different conditions involve taking over 100 milligrams a day, 100 to 200 milligrams a day. So now to get those same levels, you cut that down to 20 to 40 milligrams a day. That's the essential difference. This was that data. On the bottom is some published pharmaceutical data on uptake of a 10 milligram dose. And then in the top red, that's 5 milligrams of the nanoemulsion. So you get more in and you get it in faster. Some of the newer data we're getting on the smaller particle systems that we have really high amounts in the blood in 10 minutes. It's measurable difference in 2 minutes. That's why if you're sensitive to feeling it, you're going to feel it almost right away. Just a couple of minutes in, you're like, whoa, that's really changing things. That's changing my life. I like that. The happy face comes on, and the happy face grows over 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, peaking around 40, 50 minutes, and then starting to flatten out and then drift back down. So the immediacy there and the high net uptake are your main drivers.